We're going to continue adding and subtracting rationals. Here we're looking at a little bit more complicated problems with a denominator other than what we just did previously with maybe a 4 or a 6. Here we have an x minus 3. So when we're looking at this, what we notice is that because they're common denominators, we're going to keep the denominator the same, x minus 3. But the numerator, we subtract, so x minus 3. These are not like terms, so we just write it as x minus 3. And when we're looking at this, what we notice is that they're both the same. So when we cancel it, we get 1. Now, a lot of students, when they cancel it, they like to put 0, but this isn't 0. We're not subtracting the two, we're dividing it. So like x divided by x is 1. Whenever you divide something by itself, it ends up being 1. Now, letter B is a little bit different because this is x minus 3, this is 3 minus x. So what I do is I multiply the top and the bottom by negative 1. That gives me a negative 8, and in the denominator it gives me an x minus 3. Notice that the negative 1 times the 3 is a negative 3. The negative 1 times the negative x is a positive x. The denominators are the same, so that would be x minus 3. And then x plus a negative 8 is x minus 8. For letter C, denominators are the same, so we write x plus 5. Then when we add the numerators, we have 2x plus 10. We notice that the numerators have a 2 in common, so we factor out the 2. And what we notice is that they cancel, and so we get a 2. Take a moment, try D, E, and F on your own, and then play the video to see how you did. Letter D, we have a common denominator of 7x, so we keep it as 7x. 12 plus 2 is 14, and we see we can reduce it. This is a 1, this is a 2, so we get 2 over x. With the next one, we see that here we have an x minus 1. This is a 1 minus x, so we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by negative 1. And that gives us 7 over x minus 1. And then we have a plus and negative 9, and then x minus 1. Our denominators are the same, so we're going to put x minus 1. 7 plus a negative 9 is a negative 2. And our last one, our common denominator is an x minus 9. And so we get 4x minus 36. They have a 4 in common, so we factor out the 4, and we get an x minus 9. And then we put an x minus 9. It cancels, and what we get is a 4.